Two countries, one invisible war. It didn't start today. It started decades ago, in backdoor meetings, secret nuclear sites, and shadowy battlefields far from the headlines. Iran and Israel, one of the world's most dangerous rivalries. But how did two nations, who were once secret friends, become bitter enemies standing on the edge of a regional war? This is the untold story of the 50-year conflict you never understood. Believe it or not, Iran and Israel were once allies. During the 1960s and 70s, under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, Iran was a pro-Western monarchy and quietly worked with Israel. Iran sold Israel oil. Israel helped build Iran's intelligence agency, SAVAK. The partnership was kept secret, but both sides saw value in a quiet alliance. They had common enemies, like Arab nationalists and the Soviet Union. But this friendship was fragile, and history was about to change forever. From the 1980s onward, Iran and Israel never officially went to war, but they fought dozens of battles in the shadows. Israel accuses Iran of arming Hamas and Hezbollah with rockets and weapons. Iran accuses Israel of assassinating its scientists and sabotaging its nuclear program. In 2010, a powerful computer virus called Stuxnet crippled Iran's nuclear centrifuges. It was one of the most sophisticated cyber attacks in history, and Israeli intelligence was suspected to be behind it. Iran responded with its own cyber attacks and drone strikes via proxies. This wasn't a war fought on battlefields. It was in bunkers, laptops, and silent skies. At the heart of this conflict is one terrifying issue: nuclear weapons. Israel has never officially confirmed its nuclear arsenal, but it's widely believed to possess dozens of nuclear warheads. Iran, meanwhile, insists its nuclear program is peaceful. But the West isn't so sure. Multiple Israeli officials have said, Iran must never get the bomb. To prevent that, Israel has conducted covert operations, assassinations, and airstrikes in Syria, targeting Iranian supply lines. The fear? A nuclear Iran would tip the balance of power in the Middle East and potentially spark all-out war. Iran and Israel rarely fight face-to-face. Instead, they fight through proxy wars in other countries. In Syria, Israel bombs Iranian-backed militias. In Lebanon, Hezbollah points thousands of rockets toward Israeli cities. In Iraq and Yemen, Iranian-backed groups clash with Israeli allies. This strategy allows both sides to bleed each other, without declaring full-scale war. But each strike, each retaliation, inches the region closer to something far more dangerous. So why does this conflict continue? It's not just politics, it's identity. For Iran, Israel represents everything it resents: Western power, military dominance, and occupation of Muslim lands. For Israel, Iran is not just a rival, it's a threat to its very existence. Iran's leaders have repeatedly called for the destruction of Israel, and Israel's defense doctrine is built on never letting that happen. This is not just a 50-year conflict. It's a war of ideas, of fear, of survival. And in the shadows of diplomacy and war rooms, it continues, every day, until one side backs down, or something breaks. The world watches, because what begins in the Middle East never stays in the Middle East.